Okay, so okay. Gotcha. I feel like I can't see it in my glasses.
Let me see.
Okay. I don't need to see, but I did that.
Do you see my live? Oh, no, that's not you.
Well, I'm actually still in Zoom, so let me go to actual Instagram. Hold on. 1 second.
Hi, guys. I'm like, where do I look? Where do I look? Is that over there too? Hi, Shelby. Hey, Nikki. Hi, Edith.
I know. I just joined you.
Yay, I see it. Which, by the way, so funny. I think I told Kira this. I was like, I didn't realize that your middle name was Jade.
Hold on. Maybe can.
Okay, I'm gonna turn off here. Yeah. Um. Hey, Amanda. Hey, Christine. How are you guys? It's been so long since I've done an evening call.
Hey.
Hey.
There we are. Yay. Gotcha.
Okay, Haley looks super cute. I look like I got hit by a bus, but baby, I don't know what's wrong with our daughter, and I'm like not feeling very good today. So,
Well, thank you so much.
but I know Chad's busy. I was like, oh, we can't reschedule. I was like, we can't. We're not doing it. We're not doing. I'll power through. But yeah, guys, I'm super super excited. This is my first time ever having a husband on a client case study. Haley actually came to us with the idea, and I'm like, I love that because a lot of times they'll hop on the sales call too. So excited to hear from both of them. But Haley, do you want to start off and just tell us a little bit about your guys' like background, job, family?
Yeah. So I like to start off with just because it's fun to share. We actually met in high school. We're high school sweethearts.
I love that.
Got married when we were 20 and 21 years old. My husband has been in the military for over 10 years now. So I really was a
Thank you for your
stay-at-home.
service again.
Yeah.
You know me, Haley, I gotta say it.
Appreciate it.
My
Thanks,
uncle's
Jade.
deployed right now too, so I'm like, I get it.
Jade was also like in the military too. So
Yeah, I remember.
Yeah, so we got married really young. I had worked like before we got married, but like I was young. I worked at like Starbucks, a few different ones actually. And we got pregnant with our daughter like very early, typical military couple. And so I just knew like I want to be a stay-at-home mom.
Mhm.
Never even like I stopped working at Starbucks, and had my baby. So I was a stay-at-home mama for like 6 years. He did his military thing, still in the military. He actually did get out and join the Guard, which I've shared with you before, for a couple of years, and ran his own coaching business. And I don't want to overtalk you, so you can like chime in whenever. But he did that for a couple of years, which was really awesome. Then he just kind of felt called back into service. We still had a couple of little ones. By this point, we had 2 kids, a baby. Like it was getting a little crazy. So we're like, let's go back. Let's get a little bit more like steady. We're still really young. I think we were like 23, 4 when we did that.
Yep.
Maybe like 25.
I was 25.
Right. So stay-at-home mom life for a while, but I always knew like I was really creative. I always like had drive, but I was like, I want to raise my babies, but I just didn't want to go to work. I didn't want to leave them. They were so young. I breastfed them. And then I actually, without getting into that whole story, became a gestational carrier, which is a surrogate. Mm-hmm. So within that journey, which is long, it was like a year of my life, I was like making money. I was contributing to the household, right? Like you get paid for something like that. Carrying a baby for somebody is a pretty big deal. Yes. And we, and I won't lie, like it was a pretty generous income and I really freaking liked it. I was like, and I was still obviously at home, right? My husband still could do his thing. So at this point, we had doubled our household income. Well, after you're done being pregnant, that income stops. And it was like, oh, I really, really liked making money. So like, what can I do? Long story short, I got into a corporate job, did that for a couple years, freaking hated it. Like, was really good at it, made pretty good money, but they never saw me. So like going from being stay-at-home mama 6 years, now I'm in a corporate position where they don't see me on calls back to back, like mandatory meetings, you know, and it was my first time really what I called like a big girl job, because I
Yeah.
was like, I worked at Starbucks. and
That's
it
my
was
goal,
mama.
too. I was like, I have like a big old job now. I'm done with college.
No, so it was like this fancy title, but I was just like, I still just felt like I could do something that's more flexible for my family.
Yeah.
Still didn't know what that was. Tried the MLM thing. That was that. Don't think I ever made any money. I think I made a lot of friends doing that. And all of this, like, my husband was always just supportive, but like, he's like, you want to make money? Cool, I'll support you. You want to have a baby for somebody? Cool, I'll support you.
Yeah.
Because he just trusted in me and like my research, and
Yeah.
you know, that was like super, super helpful. So then I was like, I can't freaking take it anymore. It was during the holidays. And I saw like an ad, and it was like for a 6-week course about becoming a virtual assistant. I had no idea what a virtual assistant was. Did you know what a virtual assistant was?
No idea.
Like, I had never heard of
I
it.
didn't
I had
either.
no
I was like,
friends.
this is a thing.
Yeah. So I was like reading into it, and I just went into like a rabbit hole with it. I was like, I got to do this because I can, you know, work from home. Sounds like I can make some money and like kind of do it in my own way, which I was so from that corporate life, like truly like more than a 9 to 5. It was more like a 8 to 11 o'clock p.m. Yeah. And very toxic. And I know like a lot of virtual assistants, because I talk to a lot of people like who are do what we do, and they say the same thing. Like, I just want to get out of this. I just can't. I don't see my kids. I don't, you know, I'm missing my kids' events at school. And that was really the tipping point for me, was like,
yep, there was a lot of events that I went to instead of her.
Yeah.
And luckily, you know, the Army was willing and let me go do that. But it was really sad to like, usually the mom and the kid thing, you know.
It was,
like,
I'll never forget it. It was what made me decide I'm done with the corporate space, was because it was a gingerbread building competition for the 2nd grade.
I'm not missing the gingerbread competition. I get it.
You know, I did. And gratefully he got to step in and be there for our daughter through that. But it's like that one thing that if I talk too long about it, it's just like that one thing. You know, you probably had it too, when you're like, it was just that one day or that one thing.
Not getting to go on a field trip.
Yeah. But at the same time, now we're like, we had been making more money, so we had higher bills. We had more responsibility financially. And so there was also still like a little bit of pressure of like, I just can't just leave my 9 to 5. I can't just like not work anymore. Plus I liked working. So within like the 6-week course, I did invest. It was not a lot. Like, I mean, it might be a lot to some, but you know, it was my first real like move towards something for myself.
And how did you feel about that, Chad? About the passive investment?
Yeah, so I'll be honest, like luckily with like the entire, you know, previous couple years, we saved a lot of money, but it was still enough money to be like, that's like could hurt a little bit. And I thought, if she can have a big girl job, do the corporate position, I'm sure she can figure out something else. I have a lot of faith in her, always have. I probably believe in her more than she believes in herself.
Yeah.
And I looked at her, I said, listen, if this doesn't work out, then it doesn't work out. Let's just go for it.
Yeah.
And I knew it would in the end, but I was definitely supportive. And I said, I don't care how much it is, just go ahead and give it a try.
He also was a fitness coach. Between the time of like getting in the Army, out, going in the Guard, he started a business. Yeah. I didn't make any money at that time. And so, but like also using him as a role model, I guess, right? Like, that's a pretty good word for it, I would say. Yeah. Motivated me to be like, let me just try this thing that like may or may not work. But with his support, it really gave me like, that was my motivation to be like, okay, let me try it. Let me just try.
Yeah, I had done a program that was quite a bit of money to where I actually sold the second car we had to pay for it.
So Haley's kind of like more like, it's my turn. Like, you can't really tell me no. Even if you were going to.
Pretty much, Jade. Yep. Yeah. We had 2 cars at the time.
She had faith in me, and I did it, and it was actually really successful.
Awesome.
Fortunately, it took me a while to get off the ground, but like once I did, I was like crushing it.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I could do it, she can definitely do it.
Totally.
Well, here's the thing. I did do it. I got a couple clients, which were, I mean, I'll just start also saying I've been a VA now for just over a year. So I started my business in July of 2023. I didn't make any money until October. So I don't know if that's common, but it was like a good solid 3 months of me being like, okay, like I've done all the things, I did all of the fluffy things, and it was like, that didn't do much. Ended up finding a client. Well, I actually got connected with someone, and like for a while, I mean, up until just we met, it was like, cool. Like they were kind of being just handed to me. So I thought that was a dream. I thought like, that is so awesome. Couldn't really ask for more. Unfortunately though, I mean, I have big goals at this point. Like I said, I was a surrogate. I was making pretty good money. And then it was like, now I've invested. I'm just not making the money that I envisioned that I would.
Yeah.
But I mean, it was a flexible schedule still, but they just weren't like ideal clients because they were kind of just getting handed to me. And of course, like I'm coming from a mindset of like, I'm just going to take what I can get. So I was just like saying anything, doing anything, opting in for all the stuff, which I guess isn't terrible when you're starting out because you're kind of putting your feelers out.
Yeah.
But you know, like I hit a certain point where like you reached out to me and it was like a sign because I was like, well, wait, actually, I don't know how to find clients. I actually have no freaking clue how to do that.
I kind of like asking people that question the DMs because I know a lot of times they're like, oh, like cold emailing people or something. And I'm like, how does that make you feel? Like, do you like
Yeah.
Or it kind of makes them think like, oh crap, if I lose a client tomorrow and so doesn't have a client for me, like, I'm out of luck.
And that's exactly what happened.
Yep.
I had gone from like,
oh, really? I didn't even know that.
Yeah, I had a couple clients and then they were like, I can't afford you. And I will share with you, like, I was getting paid very little. Like, I have doubled my rates.
Yeah,
almost doubled.
Yes,
about to double.
Yep.
Yeah. From what I was charging a year ago.
Wait, you can find clients that will pay you more money? They're out there?
Apparently
there are. With the right strategies I found in my, so like that's, and like I said, you approached me and was like, we're like, how are you getting clients? And I was like, like through this thing. And then you're like, okay, how's that going? I'm like, well, I have a couple, but they were just not like, I'm not working with any of those people anymore.
Yeah.
And someone actually just within like not even having my contract proper, there was no, I don't know the word, like clause in my contract that said people have to give you like a notice of, hey, we can't work together anymore. And it was during the holidays.
Lack of disrespect with the non-ideal clients is mind-blowing to me.
Yep. And it happened to me, and it happened to me during the holidays when I was like super excited, and she's like, I can't afford you anymore. I'm going to pay like what I owe you, and like, we're done. Never heard from her again. Now, can you imagine like what that left me with, like emotionally, thinking I was a new VA, like this was my first client, really. I think it was the first client.
It was, yeah.
And I'm like, now she's like me, and now I had like no courage to go and try to figure out even how. I had no idea. I didn't even know about reaching out to people through email because I'm like, where am I going to get emails from? How am I going to talk to people? So since this is like we connected, it really was like, okay, babe, I found this coach on Instagram. Actually, you found me.
Yeah.
And I started
Legion.
I was binge watching your content, like all of your reels, all of your posts, all of your like testimonials and screenshots. And I was like, you cannot make this up. And I'm like, and if she is, she's doing a really good job at it.
I will say that is the truth, because the first time I heard you on a Zoom, I knew who you were already just because I heard your voice so many times coming from her phone.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
I know who
funny.
that is.
So yeah, I mean, if you're out there and you're like
hilarious.
watching this and you're like, I think I want to be a virtual assistant, like watch Jade's content and you'll be
That
in my
makes me
shoes.
feel good because I was like, does anyone actually watch my highlights? Like, or you'll get like an objection, right? Like, whatever. And I'm like, do you not watch all the stuff I put out there, right?
Yeah.
And that's why I do stuff like this too, is so that way, right? Anyone can just like slap a quote next to someone's name, but like. You guys are taking time out of your busy life to do this, which I appreciate. So I think that says a lot too.
Yeah. But so like, and then we like got on a call. I talked to Kara, who is actually my coach. Obviously, you know that. Yeah. And I'm still in the program. Like for anyone who's watching, obviously Jade knows that, but I still am in the program, and I of course, like making another investment. I had already invested into my business, and like was getting kind of flopped around and like not really making good money. So
that's what I was gonna ask next, Chad, is when she came to you and she's like, okay, I want to reinvest and it's more expensive. How is
So
that?
I I honestly looked at her and said, is this something you see yourself doing in the future, like officially?
Mm-hmm.
And she said, yes. And I said, well, if you think that this program is going to get you to where you want to be faster, like you followed through with the first program, whether that ended up good or not
Yeah.
is in it in itself.
You know
But
that she put the work in.
I knew she put the work
Yeah.
in. I can see it. I literally was over her shoulder and just watching her literally
cry.
cry and be happy and cheer and all the emotions.
Yeah.
Life of an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And I said, if this program works and you see enough social proof and they have receipts of this social proof,
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I trust your research. So if that's what you want to do, then we'll do it again. And if we need to do it again, we'll do it again. And we'll just continue doing it until you reach your goal.
But
Yeah, no, I'll tell you too.
you've already
like,
reached your goal, right? Now.
Yeah. Oh, more than? Well, yeah. I mean, I'm always reaching for higher. Like my coach Kara, we're always like
readjust.
But like if I tell you like the goals I was headed in before, like it's been an entirely different mindset. And I think this is actually something like pretty good to share. I don't even think I've told you, but like mindset as in I was approached actually yesterday, long story short, by someone I used to work with in my corporate space who is no longer with that business, but another one. Yeah. And they were like, hey, I have a possibility that might be a good fit for you. Basically a part-time job, but I was like, wait, employee, contractor? Like, no, it'd be contractor. I'm like, okay, cool. Where's this going? Shared with me the hours, shared with me what that might look like. It was pretty flexible. And I was like, yeah, I could really manage that. But I was realizing like, well, these are my rates. Whether they're pitching that to me as like it's not too hard. I was like, well, these are my rates.
Yeah.
That is not a mindset that I had before like joining REA, because absolutely not. I literally told myself, and I heard myself say it out loud yesterday. I was like, to my husband, I was like, I'm not an entry-level person. So I'm not going to be in an entry-level position paying me below what I know I am worth and what I know I can now book clients at because I have.
I think that's going to be a test from like I feel like I've heard this happen so many times, but that actually happened to me as well too. So the 9 to 5 that I quit, someone from that actually came to me and it was the same thing. And he was like, I can't remember if it was $20 or $25 an hour. But as a VA, like I had the hours, like I could use the client.
Yeah.
But I'd have to drive into the office, which would have been like 30, 40 minutes one way. And I just remember being like, no, like I invested, like I know I'll get another client and I know it'll be more ideal and I won't have to leave my house. Cause then, right, then I'm like, I'm back to basically square one, having to drive. But I always say, I'm like, I feel like all of our clients, like when they start to, get clients, like find success, it like always happens like that, where it's like, I don't know, like they're trying to lure you back in.
Yeah, and it came. I knew it would come. I knew it would come.
It was a test.
It was a test. It was, and that like between my husband and his support, and like you as my coach, and Kara as like my co-coach, I'm like, what the hell would I even be doing considering that? Like that's just silly. And and I did make a good investment with the program, and within what was it, babe? Like 8 weeks.
You had made your investment.
I had made my investment back.
Plus some.
Like I'm on track. I still have 2 weeks left in the program.
Yeah, I think so.
I could book a client tomorrow. Like there's people I'm talking to right now with the rates that I charge. I could probably make it double.
Do you mind?
Like I really could.
Mind sharing what you were making when you came in and what you're making now at like week 9, 10? I don't even think I know. That's why I'm kind of also like, I'm kind of curious.
So I came in making, and like, there's ebbs and flows, but like 1,500. And again, I've been doing this for a year, right? So I did have a couple clients at a certain rate. And I was able to, with both of the clients I came into REA with, rate increase both of them, actually added commission onto one of them, got another 2 clients, both with a commission-based opportunity and a retainer opportunity. So within that, I went from like 1,500 to like 4,000.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, so almost, or wait, yeah, over double. I
Yeah.
can't do math, guys.
So now,
Math today.
and I say that with like, and that was like what I locked in September.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we're still in, I'm like, wait, what month are we in now? It's October.
It's flown by.
Yeah, I know, it's crazy. So now, and it's like with like also like some of, I have commission work, but that's also with like retainer stuff. So there's just so much more possibilities. Like there's just, and so there's nothing less. It's just what could be more. So yeah, I mean, if you would have asked me like 2 months ago, like, do you think that you can hit like a 4K month? I'd be like, yeah, I'm sure, but in maybe like a year, maybe like, you know, I did not think in 8 weeks I could do that.
Yeah.
So
no, I love that. I
work.
hear that all the time in the DMs. I'm like, well, when do you want to leave your 9 to 5? Like, oh, I'm like the next like 2 years. I'm like, how about like the next like 2 or 3 months?
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
what?
And
Like,
that is what Kara, like talking to Kara for the first time, like literally we had like a 10-minute call. It was like so quick, right? Like on Instagram. And I was just like asking all these kind of questions. And she's like, let's just get on a call. We can like quickly talk about it.
yeah.
So we hopped on a call and I saw like where she was like as a mom. I resonated with that. I resonated with like, also when I joined REA, my husband being military, he was getting ready to leave the country for a month.
Oh, yeah.
And I was like, I don't know if this timing is going to be okay for me. And I shared that with Kara. I was like, also like we're getting out of the Army in a year, hopefully. We want to like get a house. And she's like, wait. So why not start this right now then and get yourself in a position where like you guys can get him out of the Army and have like double the income that I was pulling in. And I mean, honestly, it would be fantastic to even make more than you. So I'm just saying.
I think like, okay, just so you know, I think she shared that on a call with me that she does, that is her goal. She's right.
Yeah.
That was you, right? Okay.
And now we're on
I was
track.
Like, I feel like that was you.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. You know what? I already
hope
heard my
to be coming
fiance
up right behind her.
And I told her too, I was like, you could totally do, like, you know, I don't know if you still do your fitness coaching, but like you could totally do that. And I think Angela, her husband actually does that right now too. But yeah, you guys can be like a power couple. And then you may make it in like 20K months.
So with that being said,
Yes.
I totally never thought I would even consider fitness coaching again. I thought I would go do like a trade school that the Army lets me train for before I get out.
Yeah.
And now seeing her and what she's done, I'm like, I'm gonna get back into it. Like I made amazing money. Like I was a high ticket coach, so I made a lot per client.
So he's like, not only I think have we inspired each other like in our entrepreneur journeys, but investing into ourselves. And then now I don't want to get emotional about this, but I think that, and I'm not tooting my own horn. He tells me this, I promise. But he's like, you've motivated me to like now branch back out and to like, it's kind of scary too when you start a business and then it kind of sizzles out and you're like, do I even want to start that again? He's like, you've motivated me to do that, but you've also put me in a position like financially for our household, for our kids, for their futures. It's not just me, but now it's given him the opportunity to be like, I'm getting out of the military. Like I don't have to worry about being the sole provider, like the only provider financially in our home.
And that's, I think like the biggest thing is, it was like up in the air whether I was gonna stay in or get out. And then he started doing this and I was like, no matter what's going on right now, how hard she's working will come back to her. I've personally lived through that. Like I worked my butt off for 4 months and it all came flooding in at one point when I least expected it. And then I was like, so I know if she keeps going, also not wanting to keep the pressure on her. Ultimately I just want her to do whatever she wants to do. But I thought maybe I can get out. Maybe I can start something on my own while I'm still in and working towards that so that when I get out, like, you know, she'll have her job. I hopefully will have some type of benefits and I'll be working on my own stuff. So not only do we want to get out, but we want to get out and live a way better financial life than we are right now.
Comfortable. Yeah.
Which is like, I never thought I would see another time where I was going to shoot that high again until she started crushing it in
Oh.
Yeah, no,
academy.
but like giving so much, whoa, the phone's about to fall down. Giving so much credit to, that's why when we were like, want to do case study, I'm like, well, actually, you also were like, we could totally do that. Like, let's
I
do
love
it.
that.
But I couldn't like rave about it more because I know that I wouldn't have had the mindset to be like, let me go talk to people. Let me go offer these rates. Let me position myself as an expert in what I do.
Yeah.
And even like talking about like getting into a niche, I didn't really have one. I just was like, I work with you and I work with you and I can do that and I can do this. And I thought that was great. I thought that was what we should be doing. And I've learned that like it's not really a flex to be the Jill and Jack of all trades. Cause I mean that's me. I feel
that's
like
literally what I talked about this morning with my I had 2 podcast guest experts. I should send it to you early before they launch so you can listen. But we literally talked, and I think it was JT said flex too. He's like, don't flex and say you can do like all the different things because we were talking about niching down. So that's so funny that you said that. But
that's so funny.
but yeah, I mean, and that's one thing too, where, you know, because like we'll get asked that in DMs, like, what's the difference between like what you teach and like something passive? And I'm like, passive is just very much, right? Like, yeah, we teach like the basics of 1.0, but we're talking like basics. They're not giving you actionable like steps to go and implement for sustainability. It's more of just kind of, I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but just kind of getting you slowly out of your comfort zone by like, hey, just go reach out in all these groups. It's more of an encouragement, I feel like, of like, you can go do it, but they don't tell you like how to go do it.
Yeah, it's 100%. And being in like a 6-week course, it was like, set this up and set that up. And I'm like, wait, but like, that's cool. Or even setting up a link for someone to go book a call. That is awesome to have as like a supplement or like, no one's booked a call with me like that. No one ever has. So it's like,
I did as a VA like 3 times, and I think they all ghosted. And they not one of them hired me. All my idle clients were me going and booking them in.
Yeah, and the highest paying, like the ones that I can actually conversate, because the way you teach us how to talk to people, and the way we talk to people, I mean, I just knew, like, going into this program, I was like, if I'm going to invest into this and I'm going to have like my husband over here cheering me on, literally cheering me on as I was on a sales.
Oh, I love it. When he was behind the laptop, like,
he was leaving at the time and he was like texting me and I was like in this important call and he couldn't be on it. He should have been, but he wasn't. Thank God he was supportive. So I would suggest anybody who is like in a relationship, married, like have your partner there. But also like have your partner, like tell them, I've done research, read this person's content, look at the like your content. That way like husbands can understand, or partners or whoever like you're in a relationship with can be like, okay, yeah, you're not just like going on the internet and finding some random person that wants you to invest into like this program that they say they're going to help you with, but you have to implement it. So I had to take what you taught me and go do it. And even if it was scary, and it was uncomfortable sometimes, and I just kept in my head, without the coaching and without your voice and Kara's voice in the back of my head being like, yeah, it's going to be uncomfortable. Like it is. That's where it's going to like reflect and pay you. So go do those things that are uncomfy. As far as like the schedule too, like I think I got off topic when I was going to share that he was gone for a month when I started. So I just thought like, I won't have time for this, but, and I live in Hawaii, which you know, and so like I have a 5-hour time difference from when these coaching calls, and like mindset calls go live. They are 5 a.m. for me. I'm not a morning person.
I remember your first one. I think it was the mindset. She was like,
yeah, I've been on one, and I'm like, but you know what? I'm over here like making $4,000 a month, right? So I know that it works even if I can't get on the live call. And I guess like too, for anybody who's like thinking about that, because trust me, it was definitely a huge hesitation of mine to jump into coaching when I thought I didn't have time for it. I was pretty much operating my home as a single mom, like not single, but solo parenting my kids while he was gone. I have 3 pets, one who is a puppy, Like I had clients already, and now I'm trying to take on coaching on a 5-hour time difference.
Yeah.
So I was like watching modules when I was in the shower. Like Jade, you were in the shower with me because like that's the
I love it.
tell us like find the mom cracks in your day, and so that really resonated.
I listen to modules at really weird times too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, why
'Cause
not?
I'm like folding the laundry, dishes. I haven't done the shower yet, but in our new walk-in shower, I do turn on Crime Junkie, and I know it sounds weird to listen to that in the shower, but
Yeah,
I do.
but we also have a speaker, so if you can Bluetooth it to like your little speaker and
Yeah.
like just instead of listening to music, which is great, like maybe
I'm a
listen.
taker. I put the actual phone in the shower with me.
Yeah, no, I didn't. I put
Doesn't get wet though. Doesn't get wet, so.
So I want to interrupt for like any husbands that are watching. Like everything that she just said is absolutely true. I was gone for a month. We have 2 kids. We've got 3 pets. And she was still doing whatever she needed to do to be successful in this. Like I shamefully underestimated her at some point in life because she always believed that she wouldn't be in this position she's in now. She never thought she would get to control her own schedule and have her own business. Like she thought that was like voodoo, and but like
You're calling me out.
all the stuff she just did, like you can't underestimate the power of a mom. You can't do it. Like they figure it out no matter what and still do exactly what they need to do as a wife, as a mom, and then now as a business owner. Like they will juggle as much as they need to, especially with an investment, right? It lights a fire under somebody. And she figures it out, and that's all that matters.
Yep. I think it's like the mindset too, right? Like the mindset of like, well, if I need to get this thing figured out first, or I need to do this first, or I need to make more money first. You don't think it crossed my mind that maybe I should make more money before I invest. And then my husband was like, what are you talking about? Like, wait, how are you?
It's almost like an oxymoron if you think about it, because I hear like, well, let me get a client or 2 on my own. I'm like, okay, but you just told me you've been trying this on your own for like 2 years.
Yeah.
What's going to change? What's going to be different?
Yeah. And
so that's funny.
Was the one that said that. He was the one that was like,
yep.
You're talking like you could do this on your own, and you can. I believe you. But like, imagine anything we've ever tried to learn on our own. You're going to scrape your knees a lot more. You're going to get a lot more bruised up. You're going to take a lot longer. And you might even start to resent it in that process.
Yep.
I can tell that you've been a coach before, because this, like, you just sound like a natural coach.
I tried for like a year and a half. I didn't know about investing into like building a business. I wasn't aware of that. I thought you just like post on social media and hope it all works out, and like that people like you, and then they ask you questions, and then you get them as clients. And boy, was I absolutely wrong. And I tried it for like a year and a half.
Yeah.
And then just like her, I was watching somebody's content. It was super resonating with me. And I was like, you know what? Sometimes you just got to go for it in life.
Did you even share that you invested?
Yes, I said it. Yeah, I said it.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, duh. Yeah, of course. How can you forget? Can you imagine? I'm going to sell my car, babe, to pay for this thing. So that's why.
Oh my gosh.
He owed me big to be able to.
I love it. Are you comfortable, just because like I'm curious, are you comfortable sharing how much you invested, Chad?
$5,000.
Okay. Oh, so yeah.
This was in 2017.
Yeah, I sold my car for more. The only way we could get the money at the time.
Yeah.
Like I literally talked to her about it, said I was going to do it, and then 3 days later I was getting handed money for my car.
Oh,
I will
literally
never
that
forget.
same night I went to Walmart, put money in my account, and then got on the call and I said, I'm ready. Let's go.
But those people,
I was baiting.
Have like the best stories, because it's like there's no like safety net, right?
Nope.
Like at that point you're like, well, fuck, I need to make, at least my investment back to buy another vehicle, right?
Probably. No, exactly. And like, especially with it, like I was told, if you don't invest, what do you have to lose? Like, and the bigger the investment, the more people are usually dedicated to that. Like I was a high ticket fitness coach, and when people paid me, they were following through, because they weren't just going to let that money go away. Like they were going to get results for what they paid for. And same with her. She just like you said, she's like, well, I at least want to get it back.
Yeah.
And I was like, you'll get it back and you'll get more. It's just a
Yeah.
matter of time.
Yeah.
And fortunately, she got it back a lot quicker than we expected.
The first month.
And now we
Just to say.
and now we have extra on top of that investment. So now she's actually raking in income after the investment.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
like consistent income. And the best part I think about your academy is she's happier doing it because she has boundaries. She didn't have
I like
That's a really
that.
good point.
like I would rather, which is crazy because I'd rather make less money and her be more happy, but now she's more happy and making a lot more money. But I think that was like the biggest struggle for her is like she thought to be good, like I have to do whatever people want me to do.
Mm-hmm.
And after starting your academy, like I have seen her look at people and be like, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Like,
Multiple times.
I'm not doing that, and I'm not. You don't want to grow with me. Like this is where I'm heading, and if you're not
love the
gonna head
mindset
there in that
shift.
direction with me, like I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
say farewell as a client. Like that's how it's gonna have to be.
Yeah.
And like she's
To me,
walking
that's
taller than
scarier
she
than
ever.
investing.
It's the most, I would say, like, yes, the revenue is great, but the mindset and like the empowerment to be able to be like confidently tell somebody that's guaranteed money, they want me to work with them, and I'm gonna be like, I appreciate it, that's so awesome, I know someone who can help you with that. It's not me.
Yeah.
I even did a mock discovery call once, and they were like asking me questions like, what would you do if they were like, oh, so you're an expert in, you know, this, like lead gen and engagement, what if I want you to help me with this? And I'm like, oh, I don't do that, but I know somebody who does, and like if you have a conversation, I can totally help with that. And like they're like, oh, that's really good, like I'm gonna use it. I was like, yeah, don't do shit you don't want to do.
Yeah.
It's your business. And I learned that from you. So
Thank you. And I'm not full of shit either, guys, because again, when I was doing the podcast, it's so good, Haley. I'm just gonna send to you before the podcast drops, okay? But that's literally what she talked about there as well too. She was like, why would you want to keep doing something that you don't enjoy? And so, which I mean, obviously I know you love what you're doing and you're happy with that too, but with knowing exactly how to have that solid foundation as well too. Like if you decide to totally pivot your skill set, or you want to be a coach or something down the road, like now right, the basics to be able to scale and grow, where before when didn't have a niche and you're just like taking on whoever,
for sure.
that's not going to make you happy. Yeah.
Like
And I
building
think if you look at that way, it's like you can't put a price on that,
Yeah, that's
Yeah, for
what we
sure.
both thought when she told me what a virtual assistant was. Like I thought it was exactly what she was doing, right? She was on doing this for this person in a like totally different space,
Yeah.
doing this for this person, and I was like, wow, that must be really hectic. And it was.
Yeah.
It was very hectic. I could see it on her face. And
Ugh.
then she was like learning a new skill for a new client, and then learning another new skill for a new client, learning how to use this program and this program. And then finally, like just recently, I'm like, you do the same thing for everybody. That's awesome. Like
Yeah.
that's what I would want.
But I didn't do it on my own. I would have never, ever, ever, like ever, maybe one day, I don't know, but I just like, never figured it out. Like I mean, truly, like my first call, and I told you this, when my first call with Kara, I was like, these are my goals, this is what I want to do. And she like took all of my thoughts and plans and things that I wanted to do and made it like, oh no, that's not just hypothetical stuff. Like you can do that, and here's how.
Mhm.
Like, and I was like, oh my gosh, I can do this. Like I can do
Yeah.
it as long as I do it though. Like obviously, like I think that happens because we've talked to a lot of people who've invested into businesses or courses or whatever, like maybe in different niches,
Mhm.
but they're like, oh, it just didn't work for me. And we're like, but did you do exactly what they told you to do?
Yeah.
Or did you like skip parts? He
Mhm.
can probably tell you, like, even though he invested into a course too, guess what? He wasn't really grinding on the lead gen, which someone who does lead gen is like dying.
Yeah, she's. I always tell her, you could have been my lead gen expert.
Yeah.
I didn't do
Like,
that back in 2017 though. I had
things
no
would have
clue.
been great.
I had
He's
no clue.
awesome at it.
Yeah,
He's
he
good
was
at it.
amazing at coaching, but he was like, oh crap, we have bills coming up and like there's no new people here. And
Yeah.
oh gosh, Oh, stars are aligning. So yeah, after that first call with Kara, I was like, there's so much clarity. I feel like I have even if some of it was things I already was thinking, like maybe my niche would be, mom coaches. And she like validated it for me. She's like, that's perfect for you. Now go and talk to them. Yeah. And I'm like, right. Like,
So it's basically almost someone, like taking out the guesswork, but then also like giving you that permission to be like, hey, you can set boundaries. Hey, you can raise your rates, or you should be charging more because, and that's the thing too, like when you invest in someone, you want to invest in someone that's like one or two steps ahead of you. So with you working with Kira, right? Like if you're wanting 10K months, awesome. Kira's been doing that consistently. And you're in great hands with her. I know you know that too. But yeah, so what would you guys say to anyone right now that's on the fence about taking the leap, whether it's VA, coaching, since Chad was a coach? Yeah.
You can go first. I've talked a lot.
So specifically about your program, or just in like overall?
You know what? Let's do my program. I like that. That's a good question.
She's like, yeah, do mine. Why not?
Well, like I stated before, like I knew nothing about it. I'm going to be honest. Like I just trusted her research skills. I did that she was going to do the right thing for herself and for her family. And we didn't think it would get this great this quickly. We imagined maybe throughout the time she was with you, she would get her investment back, which would be great, and then we can move on from there.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, like she was getting rid of clients and replacing them with higher paying clients. And I was in Indonesia when I kept getting a message like it felt like every second, but it was really probably like every time flew by there.
Yeah.
But every 4 days or so, I'd get a message, just signed a new client for this much. And I was like,
just booked a call. Just got a market.
Okay,
call.
yep. Oh, I have a new a discovery call with another person tomorrow. And then I'd wake up. I just booked a new client.
People.
I wanted to say that because my advice is don't judge the investment too quickly. Do your research, and also you have to have a little faith. Again, sometimes husbands underestimate the power of their spouse or their, the mother of their kids, and they can do it. They can do it. Let them do it. Just have a little faith, because you never know what's going to happen, right? I would say, like, you have to think about the overall scope, not just the investment itself. Like, what could your spouse be doing VA work bring to you at the end of the year?
Yeah.
Or at the end of the next year, right? It could be a lot more money to your household income. Like when I do the math, which I'm always doing the math with my finances, like all the time. And she's telling me like, oh, this is like what she's making doing just retainer clients, and this is what she's making doing commission. I'm like trying to work that in, and I'm like, wow, like the difference to just my income to her income is incredible. Like she's almost doubling our household income right now.
Oh my god!
Which is
gosh,
I didn't even know that. That's fantastic.
Yeah.
I obviously don't pay attention to our bills.
I do. But and the best part is I just do what I always do. I take care of all the basics, like I was prior to her even having a job. And she is just stacking money, and it is so cool. Every time she hits like this new goal amount, she's like, guess what, I got it. And she like shows me her phone.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm gonna keep doing what I have to do to make sure I take care of all the basics, and you keep doing what you're doing, so that now, like I said, I'm getting out of the Army now. Like it's a fact. Like I'm just not considering staying in. I love my wife too much. I love my kids too much. It's just not for me. I give it 10 years. A good try.
That's a long time.
Yeah, but I would have never I probably would have never went through with it if it wasn't for her doing your program. Like this was like the cusp, like, okay, this is possible. It's possible for you. So let's really give it a good try. And now I know for a fact she's going to be successful for the rest of her life. Like I just see it and I see how much she works. And so to the husbands,
makes me feel so good that
Yeah.
like, now you're able to get out of the Army.
me too,
If
trust
that's what
me.
you want to do,
Waking
okay?
up-
If that's what you want to do.
I was waking up at 5 a.m. going, oh, 8 more months. Okay, it's
Okay,
okay.
if I had to get up at 5 a.m., I mean, I definitely be feeling the same way. I mean, I did. When I was in the military, I'm like, oh my gosh, I got like 4 hours of sleep last night.
Yeah. But yeah, just give it a go. Why not? Like, what do you really have? You have a lot more to gain than you have to lose.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
as long as that person puts in that effort, that's going to be a guaranteed success.
Well, I'm glad he went
Yeah.
first. That's pretty good.
That was really good. I'm like, there's probably a lot of women on here right now, like, Chad.
You see
I
what?
need a man like Chad.
Oh, and by the way, I will say something just additionally, like I have been supportive, well, towards her for so long. And I think when that really started with the surrogacy, I said, I trust you. I love you. And like our relationship from that moment, which was 5 years ago.
5? I don't know time.
Yeah, about 5 years ago,
It's
has been spectacular. Like the second I started entrusting her with like, you do what you want and I'll be right here behind you, catching you if you fall and pushing you forward when you need it. Like our marriage has definitely come full circle.
So trust your partner.
Yeah, trust your partner. Just a little trust.
Yeah, especially if they're coming to you multiple times with something that's like, I'm really passionate about this. Like my husband saying, I want to get out of the Army, I want to get out of the Army. It's like, okay, that's my why now. Like, and for my kids. So I guess that's best advice. My best advice for like anyone, not just moms, but like especially moms who are like, well, I want to be able to be home with my kids. I don't want to miss my kids. Earlier, if you were on the call watching you guys talking about the gingerbread house, you don't want to miss those things at your school. You want to make a doctor appointment in the middle of a freaking Tuesday. You want to have more money to like, I have shared with you, Jade, that I am in therapy now, and I get therapy because number one, I can afford to be, and number two,
it's expensive.
I know
my insurance doesn't cover it.
I paid my bill, and I was like, I'm so grateful that I can pay this bill, like, and now I get to have that like weekly appointment in the middle of my work day, whereas like when I was in my corporate position, I would have never, and I didn't ever have the time for it. So my biggest advice is like you said, pretty much just like, what is it going to hurt at the end of the day? Like, are you so freaked out about an investment? Money literally can come back into your life anytime, but you take so many chances in your life because that is one thing we know for sure isn't going to be forever. Money is always around everywhere. So like, if that's the reason you're holding back, if it's something deeper, like it's a personal thing, you don't believe in yourself, like give yourself a shot to say, I don't believe in myself, so I'm going to hire someone that does. Somebody that would be like, I believe in you, so do what I say, and then watch yourself. Like, do good.
Haley, listen to your coach.
Yeah,
no, I'm just kidding. Haley's been an amazing client.
And I say my advice is if you do invest in yourself, don't let yourself down on it. Don't join a program just to go to your coach at the end of your 12 weeks or whatever it is for you to be like, oh, it just didn't work for me. And it's like, who are you going to blame at that point? Are you going to blame the cost? Are you going to blame the coach? Are you going to blame yourself? And you don't want to blame yourself. I mean, I bet you we could all agree that blaming other people is a lot easier to sleep at night with than blaming yourself for like not actually trying. So, and if it's excuses of like I had my own objections, was like, I don't have time for it. My husband's gonna be gone. I'm gonna be
objections right now. I have a crying 4-month-old all the time. So, but there's always gonna be something. Like I forgot when you said that when you brought that up. There's always gonna be something that happens. I'm sure too, especially if you're like a military spouse or as moms, like our kids always seem to get sick at the most inconvenient times. So,
and they were. Oh my gosh, didn't we have COVID? Yes, we
Oh,
did. We got COVID.
you had COVID too. Yeah.
We were sick.
I challenge anybody to go an entire year and find a perfect time to start something. I
Yeah.
challenge you to do it. Like, it's never going to happen. You're never just going to look around and be like, everything's perfect.
Life
It's
is
like
finally
perfect time. Yeah. Life is just on point right now. I have nothing going on. My family has nothing going on. Like, for some reason, the house cleans itself and the laundry does it all on its own. So now I'll start.
Yeah.
Just give
That's
yourself
great.
a shot.
That's perfect. Cause and that's what also, like, my call with Kara helped with my mindset too. Even just in that like little call we had, she's like, why not start now? Like,
and
why?
See, here's the thing with Kara and why I love that she does my sales calls now, because there will never be anyone that has more shit on their plate than Kara did. Like, she's like going to school full time, 4 kids, newborn, working over 80 hours a week, multiple jobs. And I think she's going through a divorce. So it's literally your one excuse.
Yeah.
And I check myself sometimes too. I'm like,
it's
no excuses. Kara's
like,
superhuman.
if I looked at Kara too and was like, I can't do it because of this reason, because of her story, I would have been like, it's embarrassing at that point for me.
Right,
because
exactly. Like,
if you can do it, I can like quit. Like, you know, we all have our own shit, but like it 100%, like I said, you're gonna find time or you're gonna make it. And typically when there's something already on your plate, you're gonna figure out your way around that rather than trying to figure out everything around making it, like starting it, if that makes sense. Makes sense in my brain.
Yeah,
but
if you think you can't, you can. Like, you really can. People
bring
think
Jade
that
in the shower.
they can't take it off. You know, nothing good comes.
Oh my god, I love it.
On the module.
Anyone that's just hopped on towards there, be like, what the fuck?
Watching, like,
going on right now?
you don't even have to watch it if you have it audio. Like, sync it to your Bluetooth in your car and listen to a module when you're taking your kids to school in the morning, or when you're picking them up, or when you're in the bathroom, or when you're in the shower. Like, those are the times that, you know, I had to work in my day to, like, or even like mindset calls we do with like Emily. I'm sorry, I'm not getting on them at 5 in the morning. I'm not. It's not happening for me.
But the replay is there for that exact reason. It's so great.
And I watch the replays when I'm working. So if I'm doing just like, you know, stuff I could do like without having to put a lot of whatever into it, like I'll just have that on in the background and I'll do it. And I've done the visualizations and it's like the best thing ever.
We do the visualizations together.
And I still go back and do
most
that.
of it. Yeah.
So
did you guys know, this is gonna sound really woo-woo, but like we manifested our baby girl because Cord listens to like when I record my podcast, whatever. This was like 2-3 years ago, and we were at Target, and he was like, "Let's buy a girl." Like, coming from him, which if you know him, like you would never picture him doing this, but he's like, "Okay, he's like, "What's that word you call it?" I'm like, "Manifest." He's like, "Yeah, let's get a baby girl outfit." And we actually like hung it up, and then because we have 3 boys between the 2 of us, and yeah, we had our baby girl, and so I'm like, oh, you're like our prayer answered. So yeah, it sounds cheesy, but
do that. I love that.
Yeah, but
we've I would say, like, in our being high school sweethearts, we have done a real good job at like manifesting.
You know, we didn't even know that's what we were doing. We just, ever since like we were, you know, together in high school, like I was like, I want a girl first and then I want a boy 2 years later. Like, that's all I want. I was a part of a family. I have 7 siblings.
Oh shit.
And and life was not that great. You know, it cost a lot of money to take care of just a single kid.
Yeah.
And I was like, I just want to be able to give my attention to those 2, and then it just worked out that way. Like it was almost crazy. Like, I personally wasn't even able to have kids before my son was even born.
Oh my
like
gosh.
Like, this is it. Like, we got married.
Yeah.
We had our girl. A year and a half later, we had our boy.
Oh.
And then that, like, it just turned out exactly like we wanted to. And then once we learned what manifesting was, we're like, oh, we
did that, but we didn't even know what it was.
Because I just knew for sure that how it was going to go down.
So envision yourself like being successful. Real quick, because I know like we're getting later too on time.
Yeah, you're good.
Not that. This is stuff I've learned in your program. This is it. It says my success is.
I love that.
So manifestation, right? Like putting it on, putting it on your desk, putting it wherever you like. I just saw a comment on here. It says I needed this motivation boost. So thank you, and you're welcome. but
That's Nikki.
it's just
Yeah.
take a freaking chance on yourself. Like
Yep.
money literally comes and goes every single day.
Mhm.
So that's what it is about. Get that out of your head and be like, let me just try this thing. And if it doesn't work out, then you gave it a good try, right?
Yeah.
So,
Or if you end up not liking it, just do it until you make your ROI back and then
yeah.
be done with it.
Yeah,
But,
which is totally acceptable, but just know that like it's gonna be hard.
yeah.
Every good thing is difficult,
Yeah, it's not going to just be like
but
easy.
in the
But
end,
you feel like the freedom, right? Obviously, the freedom, the flexibility that you have. You get to get out of the army now. Like you seem a lot happier, right, with like what you're doing. So I think when you look at it that way too, of like, okay, if I can get all these things, that will offset the cost, right? Like you can't put a price tag on that.
Like I said, I'm in therapy now. Our relationship, I like, if anyone's watching that's like been a stay-at-home mom, like I said, I was a stay-at-home mom for 6-7 years. I literally started to lose my identity. It was like, who am I? What do I like? I'm a mom, that's amazing, but like, what else? And
Yeah.
having a business that brings me the income that I get every month, that is literally just my name. My business name is my name. Like, that's
Also learn my meme.
cool, right? Like, imagine
Yeah.
getting to be able to say, yeah, I make money for my family under my own name.
Yeah.
This is how it's yeah. So like you said, as far as like that investment, it's like, even if it's great to make back your financial investment, but even if you didn't, or if it took you longer than you thought it would or
Mhm.
wanted it to, there's so much more to take away from getting coached. That mindset, like someone sitting there being like, if your love language is the words of affirmation, which are mine, get a coach. It's very cool to have someone be like, listen to yourself right now. Like, look what you've already done. You know,
Yeah.
and you have to make, if your goal is just to make, let's say your goal, you want to make $1,000 a month. That's a game changer too. That's
Yeah.
going to put you, celebrate Christmas, probably a pretty nice Christmas,
Yeah.
pulling in an extra $1,000 in a month. So
Oh yeah, totally. I love
set the bar
it.
and then apply it. That's my best.
Yes. Yes, I love it, love it. I think that's everything. I was just looking, I was like, did we hit everything? We did,
Yeah.
I think.
And some.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, I wasn't expecting it, but I feel like this was a really good conversation to have. Yeah, just for I think women to see like, okay, or even husbands too. Like, okay, you know what? Those are some good points. Like,
Yeah.
let's fucking do this. And I think too, like doing it together as a team. Like that's why we like have the husbands on the calls too when they can, right? If they're not deployed because we want everyone to be on the same page and it just makes life a lot easier when people in your household are supportive as well too. So thank you both so much for taking the time to chat today. I appreciate it so much.
yeah, I hope this helps like husbands make the decision, because like I
Yeah.
genuinely love for them to experience what I have and am currently experiencing. Like it's really cool to see her in this light, like to see her really striving for her goals. So I really hope some watch this and go, all right, well, maybe you changed my mind.
I love it.
That's shocking. But we have you to thank also. Like, thank you for messaging me.
Wait, what? You weren't like annoyed or what are the other things? I can't message people, they'll be annoyed.
Oh, like spamming.
Yeah,
It's like,
Spamming.
why?
Spamming.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
of course. Well, I've loved having you guys be a part of the circle. It's so awesome. And yeah, keep up the good work, Haley. I'll talk to you
thanks
soon,
so much.
okay? Thanks, Chad.
You're welcome.
All right, bye.
Bye.
Bye.